Danny, huge 3 points today. Captain, man of the match and playing out of position. You must be delighted.
Oh, over the moon. Let's be honest about it. Things prior to last week, obviously another massive 3 points. But prior to that, we went on, I think it was a 6-7 game, not getting the 3 points. And that's not good enough for our standards and for what we're about in that changing room. And so last week, 3 points. It's not worth getting the 3 points last week if you're not going to capitalise on it and build on it. And we knew coming into this game it was going to be tough. Dover are in a similar position to us. Points are massive to be in and around it at the end of the season and then playoffs. And yeah, fortunate enough, I played my part, as all the boys did, in a huge 3 points for the club.
What was the mentality like going into it? Now, you said obviously off the back of 3 points, that the game that we played away at Dover, it was a tense game and it was a tight game.
Yeah, tough game. But the mentality for these boys is always spot on. Always spot on. But it's difficult sometimes, obviously, when you go through. I think it's been the first time in nearly 2 years that we had a sticky period. So mentalities are going to be a little bit all over the place in terms of how we're going to deal with this. We're not used to this. But we stuck at it. I think during that tough period, we wasn't really losing too many games. They were draws, and we're better than draws, and we know we're better than draws. So, yeah, the mentality of the boys coming into this game was spot on. We had a good week training-wise and things like that, and we knew what we had to do to get the win today. And fortunate enough, everyone played their part in doing that, and 3 points later, here we are.
Your new teammate was the other makeshift centre-half today. How did you find teaming up with him? Yeah,
brilliant, professional player. He's come in, I think he trained with us on Thursday. And obviously it's always going to be difficult, like you said, playing out of position myself and then to play with Crosley. And he's sort of playing out of position himself. He's a defender, but he's more of a right back than he is a centre back. So, yeah, we were a little bit like finding our way, but we got through it. And that's the important thing. And we defended stoutly throughout the game together. We're disappointed conceding the goal. We weren't happy with that. But obviously the mentality, like you say, side of things is you've got to stay switched on, you've got to stay with it and believe in what we got up top to go and get us a couple goals. That's exactly what they did. And then after that, it's down to us now at the back to not concede no more, and that's exactly what we've done. We didn't concede. So he was fantastic, alongside the whole of the back four and Harrison in goal.
I know the gaffer doesn't like to talk about who's around us and who's below us, but we are now 5 points clear of Dover. 1 point behind Horsham. How do you feel as a player? How do the other players feel about how it is to stay in that top five?
Yeah, it's important, but again, like for me personally, everybody will be different, but I don't look beneath us. I look in front of us. That's what you got to be looking for and aspiring to. I think we've got 7 games now, and our objective and is to just keep getting as many 3 points in them 7 games as you can, because that's what's important. And in time, you'll find yourself cemented in the playoffs, and then of course you get to a point where it's important to finish as high as you can for home advantage, and that's where we find ourselves at the minute. It's tight up there at the top. I think it will go down to the wire towards the end. There's a lot of twists and turns still. 7 games, anything can happen. We just got to stay on our job and keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully we'll be cemented in the playoffs first, and then who knows.
Well, it's Lewis on Saturday. It was a tricky game, played them twice with the abandoned game, and we really kind of struggled to break them down. How would you approach this now?
Well, again, it's just that mentality of going into it, doing the basics right. And we know that if we get the basics right, first and foremost, then the quality will shine through. And we have that in abundance. But we need to make sure we get the basics right. Like you say, Lewis are a tricky team. They have a lot of rotation, a lot of movement. They're well drilled. And we just got to stick to what we know. And that's doing the basics right and kick on from there. And I think we'll be fine.
And very quickly, just to end on, who's your favourite player in the team?
Oh, you can't tell. You can't ask me who my favourite player is in a team, but I can easily say it now. It's got to be Biro. The guy don't stop scoring. He's on fire, and it's exactly what we need at the right time. So, yeah, right now it's Biro, but I love all my teammates, management, staff and the club.
Lovely. Thanks, Dan. Go and enjoy your evening.
Top man. Cheers, Ramon. Thank you.